Do we want to talk a little bit about chits?
I think that's a good idea.
So I had 3 last turn. I don't need 3 this turn, 2. So I'm giving you guys chit 5 back and I'm placing it.
As I see, I only need 1.
You only need 1?
All right. Hello, fellow wargamers and history buffs. Welcome to another live stream of Bataille de Moscowa. We are at the start of the 10 a.m. turn. So we are off to the races, as they say. With this particular one, the game started at the 6 a.m. turn, so we've gotten through quite a few turns here over the course of the last several months. We are playing using the Regs XXX rules, and so we've been busy. The Russians have been attacking the French over here on the western part of the battlefield, kind of north and west of Borodino. If we look across sort of the center of the battlefield, the French have been moving up. They've got the Young Guard, Ney's Corps, and now also Davout's Corps poised, ready to attack in the east and in the center. And so this is kind of how things are shaping up in the game thus far. So we're having a lot of fun. Things are going to get pretty exciting and pretty destructive here in the center of the map in the not too distant future as everything starts to falling apart or shaking out, depending on how you want to look at it. So good. I'm going to go join my colleagues. We are using Discord to communicate, and with Discord then we can hop into different sort of voice channels, so the French can chat among themselves, the coalition, can chat among themselves. We can go into different game rooms when different players who are sort of geographically opposing each other on different sides of the map can go there, and that way then we're not all talking over each other. So it's a great way to do that, and we are using a Discord channel that's called, or a Discord server that's called Bataille Series. So if you are interested in that or getting an invitation to that, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section for this video, and I will send you an invitation to that. With this particular server, we've got places where you can post questions about rules. You can go there looking for other players to play either, via Vassal, by email of sorts, or by real-time conversation. So that's just another tool that's available for people to use to facilitate playing Bataille. All right. All right, gentlemen, I was just doing a little intro for the video here, and looks like everything's working fine and dandy.
I'm going to run and get a glass of water here. Back in a second.
Okay. All right. Are we playing putting our maneuver units down?
Yes.
Okay.
And,
so
maybe
so Brennan took 2, and how many did you take?
I took 1.
Okay.
We should roll for our thing, right?
Eric, there's it's chit 5. I placed it near Kutuzov.
That's
okay. Second chit. If it would be helpful to you, you could grab it, like maybe to move one of Raevsky's divisions or something ahead of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an idea. I'll have to see where everybody's at. Okay. So you used 2, and you have 1 so far. Do you need more than at this point, Mitch?
No. I think 1 really does. I mean, it's just such a dynamic unit that I'm fine.
Okay.
Lavrov operates at such a nice core.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting for me then. Then I will take one and put it on Borozdin, I think is his name. Yes. So they'll take that core. And then, so we spent 4 so far. Well, let's roll, see what we get. 34. I think that's sort of just a run-of-the-mill result for the Russians. Yeah, that's Barclay in command, so that's just a regular one. All right. Let's see, the 26th.
Are there any special rules on assaulting structures in this particular game?
I mean, I believe you can only attack with 6 increments.
That's kind of what I was
So
thinking.
it says up to 6 increments may stack. No, let's see, that's stacking. Or 1 battalion. I don't know that there's anything particular in these rules. You might have to check what the rules are for assaulting a special structure in Regs 30, but I don't see anything that's necessarily a limitation. So you guys have got Chit 1 and 2 somewhere?
I've got 6.
Okay, so we've got 1. I've got 3.
We have 1 and 4.
There's
We got 1, 4,
4.
and 1, 4, and 6 for us.
Okay, so then we need number 2. I don't know where number 2 is. I'll just go grab one.
I put 5 over by Kutuzov if you want.
Yeah.
5. If you end up not wanting Chit 5, I could probably find use for it, but there's no urgent need this turn.
Yeah, maybe 1662 says you can only assault with 6 increments.
Okay, but you can assault from multiple places.
No, I think you can only assault a special structure with up to 6 increments.
Oh, well, I would double check that.
If you look at the mill by the pond near Bourdieu, you've got 2 battalions facing it. You could assault with 1 battalion, and see, we got, on the other hand, one of the battalions has taken a hit, right? So you could assault with both, and only 6 increments of the assault would count. But they'd all get the doubled firepower. That's the point. So ahead of the assault, if they make their roll to close, which they will, they're good guards, they'd both be doubled on firepower.
But the rule, okay, so it's 1662. It says only 6 increments may assault a special structure.
That means in the melee. Like if you look at your 2 battalions, one is 1st Lifeguard, 2nd Lifeguard Jaeger Battalion, the other is 1st Finland Jaeger Battalion. If they both wanted to assault, they could. then they both roll to close. They would launch a single fire attack, doubled, 64 firepower. And then either the Finland Jaegers would attack or the lifeguards plus 1 increment of Finland would make the attack. You get a total of 6 people doing the fight in the actual assault fight, but both can launch the assault.
Okay, we might get some pushback on that, but we'll see.
Well, would be like both battalions can declare the assault. What if one of them, gets pushed away by a cavalry charge or something? Of course, 1 or 2 or 7 battalions can launch the assault.
Oh, so like, what if one was like 4 and one was like 3? I could assault with both of them, but only 6 increments of it could actually assault.
Exactly. That's what it's telling you. It's not saying you have a total maximum from all directions of 6 increments. It's not that. It's only 6 count in the fight.
And I could do 3 and 3, and then I'm assaulting from more than 1 hex, and I get that bonus.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's a morale bonus against the opponent. He's more likely to disorder.
Exactly, but he won't disorder in a special structure, right?
That battalion might.
Okay, because he's halved.
Right.
Okay.
Well, do they make a morale check if they are in a special structure, or are they presumed to have passed?
They are presumed to have passed.
But they still have to roll for effective fire.
They roll for effective fire.
Correct. So then that would go towards their roll for effective fire and for them tipping things, having some sort of modifier, defensive modifier thing, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I think I reset my dislocated rib tonight. It feels so good.
How'd you hurt your rib?
I took a crash on my bike a couple weeks ago.
After.
I was riding at night and I clipped a pole with like handlebars. It was like, oh my god, that was horrible.
Okay, so I've used 2 of our command points. I can either just assign it to Karpov, so that way I can definitely move the Cossacks as opposed to relying on their die roll, unless somebody else has got some critical thing that needs to happen.
I think Karpov is a good move for that command point.
Okay, all right. So then I will take chit number 5 and put it down on Karpov. And that way then hopefully I will get the draw and be able to get the mix. Okay, then I'll roll for Vial. Let's see if he gets... Nope.
Mitch, you can roll 1 die for Dorokov. He has a 1-point initiative. It's not very good, but
yeah. I'm pouring a cup of coffee, but let me slip on. You never know.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Did you make it, Mitch, or not?
No, I failed.
Okay. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. No crying.
in a big battle like this, you really have to make your maneuvers only counting on the very reliable MUs.
Yeah.
You can't plan a battle with any of the light cavalry guys except the Cossacks. But the Cossacks' job is to you can't count on any of the light cav leaders, really.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the best one, I think, on the Russian side. The French have got some that are like automatic, right? They're 5s or 6s. So they tend to pass their check without fail.
But generally, you're much better off like expecting to catch rather than expecting to succeed with the mission.
Yes.
So in these big battles, you basically want to plan to catch intentionally to the places where you're going to be needed rather than hoping you're going to get a roll.
Yes. Yeah, and well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles as things go along. Obviously, that becomes more problematic as the enemy closes with you. So then you got to try to get everybody in command when you want to move them.
Yeah. Making that judgment of the distance and the action is what they used to call coup d'oeil, a blow of the eye or the grasp of the.
Is this just dropping off? You can click it back on it. You know what I mean? Because I can't.
All right. Well, I think Robert was absent today, so it's just David and Mike and Rick on the French side. So I'm sure everyone's got something fun planned. Looks like Rick is breaking down regiments.
They're fundamentally designed to fight by firepower. They're not actually supposed to fight.
Right.
By this point in the Napoleonic Wars, they had gone for the smaller battalions, and basically their use was to go out, engage in one sharp firefight, and that was it for the day per battalion.
Right.
But you had lots of battalions so that you could, have a lot of those individual firefights.
Yeah, well, and that makes sense. When we played this a few years back, it was, we'd ended up having, because with 5th edition, you can't stack unless you've got a leader there with you. So we'd have these battalions that would go up. They would get shot to pieces, or they would engage in, combat, melee, whatever. And then you'd have to pull them back and create a square with a whole bunch of them as almost like a hospital. And so you'd have this stack of 6 battalions that might add up to, 8 increments, but they're all in square somewhere back behind the lines. And they're just done. They're done for the day. You can't do anything with them. You just have to keep them somewhere out of harm's way. Yeah.
You only use them in desperation situations, because if you do throw them back in, they're like pushing yourself to.
Oh yeah. They're guaranteed that you're going to lose a couple of them. That's going to put you potentially closer to going on a level. So that was always the danger with that. But yeah, when we were playing it, Albert was playing, I guess, most of the same side of the map that I'm at. And so he was defending the Bagration Fletches. And so we had a lot of bloody combat out there with, I think it was Campan's division and maybe oh, I don't know who else. Desai, part of Desai is Orfriance. Um, and yeah, those guys were getting eaten up. But then again, the Grenadier battalion, Grenadier Russian Grenadier division, got chewed up in the process as well. So
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, that they're breaking those regiments into
yeah.
battalions?
Yeah, I could
Okay.
tell that as soon as I saw, all of these little legers, this. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's breaking them down. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's better strategy by them, because like fighting in those heavy columns is just asking for trouble.
yeah. Well, I
They're
mean,
actually fight in a network of battalions, and you get 2 or 3 or 4 of them having a firefight, and then a few of them get knocked out, but the unit as a whole, like an amoeba, like keeps moving.
right.
That's
Yeah,
how
you don't just order an entire regiment,
exactly.
and you can still only have 4 factors firing out, even if you got, you know, 24 steps or whatever it is, 31 steps.
Exactly. So what you really want to do for like an optimized method is you have to long-term firepower over 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours of the game. Any individual success by one unit in a heavy regiment doesn't usually get you very much. What you're trying to do is create these medium-term attrition gradients in your favor by using different kinds of firepower.
Right.
Those are massive numbers, though. 31. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, to the regiments were administrative things. That's how they marched and kept their kitchens and commissary and payroll through the regiment. But the actual combat approach, then they would break down, scatter them out, shake them out into the checkerboard, and then the checkerboard.
Some of those lithographs or prints from the era, those suggest, though, that these forces did fight in extraordinarily large formations.
I don't know, if you know what you're looking at, you can kind of tend to see that the tactical unit is the battalion.
Let's look at the Bautzen print is a good example of some pretty large, huge formations.
Sure, I know that.
Could be. I mean, the difference then too is, particularly if you're looking at the French, he's got a lot of, raw recruits. At Bautzen, he doesn't have, an elite force. This is 1813. It's the depot units and people like that have been kind of scraped together. So I think that's part of the reason why they might have been fighting in larger units, is mostly because they've got they're not as well trained perhaps. But even then, that's a huge target. There are some games out there though that are doing everything at a regimental level instead of battalion level. So who is it? A lot of the different ones from Hexasim, they're regimental battles of like Ligny and Quatre Bras and Waterloo and whatnot. Who else? Some of the ones from Vive l'Empereur are also regimental level. And so with a lot of the regimental level ones, you're not paying attention to being in line or being in column or being in square or anything like that. It's just here I'm occupying this piece of space, kind of a thing. So it's a little bit more abstract with how they handle that.
500 or 1,000 meter hex.
Yeah. I mean, the hex scale is a lot bigger as well. So that makes a difference. It looks like they're doing their rolls for their light cavalry leaders here.
Did we roll for our Russian special event?
Yes, we did. It was Bagration in command, or Barclay in command. I rolled a 34. So it's just that run-of-the-mill, you know, we just get one command point kind of a thing.
Yep.
Oh. Well, how was everyone's Halloween?
It was good.
Do you have people that go trick-or-treating in your part of the universe there, Mitch?
No, we live on a sort of a longer little driveway thing that nobody comes out.
Okay.
But the good part was I actually completed my computer science homework 5
Oh,
days early. That is unheard of. I was like, that felt great not to have that hanging
there you
on the top of
go.
my head all weekend.
There you go. Well, that's something. I guess we should update who's in command and who's out of command. I think most of my people are in command except for some of those guys out to the west. All right, they're in command. Can skirmishers move through any formed unit?
Yes.
Even cavalry skirmishers?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Other note, cavalry skirmish zones do not continue into forest.
Right.
And in the brush, there's no cavalry zone control.
Right.
But in the brush, there are skirmish zones. Skirmish zones.
Yeah. Right, yeah. In brush, it does say cavalry skirmish zones do extend into brush hexes. So, and so by meaning that they don't have a zone of control in it, is that where it's saying then cavalry don't initiate a charge while in a brush hex, may not pursue retreating units into brush hexes? The pursuit stops at the edge of the brush. Is that the concept there?
Yeah, that's part of it. But very importantly, you can just move right past cavalry in the brush. It doesn't stop you.
Oh, huh. Where does it? Oh, zones of influence do not extend into brush hexes. Oh, there we go. I just need to read further down.
Yeah, that's important because, like, in order then to make a line to prevent enemy progress in the brush or the forest, you have to have a continuous line of actual units. You can't use the zones of control to
Right.
block the gap.
All right. Good to know. Interesting. Well, we'll see if I can. Last turn, I was hoping that my cavalry leader would come up before he got his cavalry leader, but there's only so much you can do hoping to get lucky.
Yeah, when it comes down to heavy combat, you can't.
Yeah. All right. It looks like Mark is here from Sound of Drums Battles of Napoleon. Hello, Mark. How are you doing out there? And Mark, I'm going to be doing a live stream of La Bataille de Eylau this coming Sunday evening with my friend Michael McAlpin. We are going to take a stab at the game using the rules 1.4. We tried using the rules 1.3 at Consim, and we were frustrated and disappointed all at the same time. So we're hoping that the newer rules will be better, and we'll have a better experience with it. So I got to get that live stream posted. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? I think I've got everybody marked in command, out of command. All right, those are part of that group. Gray pants. Okay. And infantry can move through artillery as long as they don't exceed stacking, correct?
Yes, for a lot of the Russian batteries, that can become an issue.
Yeah. Well, with our heavy batteries, each increment's worth 4, right?
6.
Oh, they're worth 6? Oh, sheesh.
Means you can't move through the position batteries nor the horse batteries.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I asked something about it because I thought they were worth 4, which is what they are worth in the other sets.
Yeah, it's times 6, and so you can move moderate-sized units through 2-point batteries, but you can't move anybody through a 3-point battery.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of have to be sure you're leaving gaps and intervals on the sides of big artillery firings.
Right. And then if you move through cavalry, then you have to make a morale check for the stack.
Artillery is not permitted to move through cavalry at all.
No. But infantry moving through cavalry.
That's right. So you're not actually allowed to voluntarily move infantry through cavalry in Regs 30. In Regs 30, you're not allowed to have any stacking violations voluntarily. They only happen as a result of route.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So what you can do to keep your units moving through each other, the best way is to keep intervals every other hex. But for example, if there's a cavalry regiment in line or something, and other cavalry needs to move through it, you can extend the moving unit into a 2-hex line, which halves the increments per hex, and you can usually move like sideways through a standard line. That happens a lot.
Okay.
And then like infantry generally moving by battalion can usually move through most stacks, either artillery or infantry, because you're usually not stacked up that high.
Okay.
I hate to ask, but I'm a little bit lost. This is new for me. I've got the audio up here in Discord, but if I watch the YouTube live stream, it's at a different spot.
Yeah, so the live stream has a delay of about, I don't know, like 10 to 15 seconds delay. So what you want to do is, do you have, you've got, did you download the Vassal server? I mean, the Vassal module?
Get on you on the Vassal game. Right. Sorry. Okay. I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, that's what you'd want to do. That way, then you're in sync with everybody. Otherwise, yeah, if you're watching it on YouTube, there's a delay from what we're talking here on Discord and what's happening in YouTube.
Just so, thank you so much. I'm going to get on that right now.
Cool.
Look how the French have boldly put those command in use right out there in the Bagration clutches. almost taunting us.
Almost.
They scored a ton of cavalry MUs this turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they usually have a whole bunch. Most of the ones that are there in the center all pass because the cavalry leaders are, fives or sixes kind of a thing. So you'd have to roll. In some cases, it might be impossible. If you've got a 6, you're automatically going to be in command, right? Like Guillot, who's with the Guard Cavalry, he's a 6, so he can't fail. And Pujol's a 5. I think Colbert is a 5. So there's a bunch of them that have got just, phenomenal light cavalry capacity kind of a thing. Oh, he's bringing up Bessieres' Guard Cavalry. the heavy cavalry. Oh, he's got the whole kit and caboodle here, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're all arriving at the center.
There we go. Should make for an exciting adventure.
Are they thinking offensively or just screening? It's a little hard to tell, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, certainly the light cavalry had been screening. The heavy cavalry you don't use for screening so much. Maybe they're there as a counterpunch.
Counterpunch or battery defense. Like he's got a stack of artillery behind the 200.
Yeah. All right. It looks like Matt has made it into the Vassal server with us.
Yes, I have. My screen is on it. Well, my Discord is on a separate screen. So if you address me and I have to go turn my mic on, just be a little patient because I got a lot of screen real estate to go past.
Oh, okay. We will keep that in mind. So.
And were you interested in a Russian division or something at some point? Russian division or corps?
Oh, I'm a pure mercenary. I'll take any division you want to give me.
All right, we're gonna give you a French one just for that. I'm sure there's got to be. They've got plenty of their German allies out here, right? They've got some Italians that probably wish they were somewhere else other than
German
Russia.
ancestry. If you got a Prussian unit, that would probably be culturally appropriate.
All right. Well, we'll see about all that.
Eric, do you want to allocate some units to move, or should I? What would be fun?
Let's see. Well, I've got this one division, the 26th division, that's going to kind of move sideways. We'll see what to do with that. Hopefully, I will get the other maneuver unit pulled first with the 8th Corps, so that there's a place for those guys to shift over to. That's always the challenge.
Interestingly enough, was it a couple turns ago that they put a multiple MUs on, was it Grouchy or whoever it was, just to get him a higher priority of actually getting an early chit draw?
Yes. Yeah,
Which
somebody
they were under threat, and they were able to form up a solid line earlier. Like there'd been a fair amount of cavalry action pressuring them, but they formed up a solid line by pulling. They like doubled or tripled the chits and pulled one.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they put anything. Well, it looks like they got maybe one maneuver unit out with Italian Guard division there by the Fletches. They've given a command then to Saint Alphonse, the heavy cavalry there. Junot, looks like Ney has got a command as well. Let's see. And then looks like they've got 3 out on the east side there with Davout and the 2 cavalry commanders, or the 2 cavalry divisions. Yeah. I'm not sure why they marched Piatowski all the way over to where Napoleon was.
Activating the.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how he's going to try to stay in range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, he can make it that far, and that's about it.
Maybe Napoleon will be moving eastwards.
Well, that's a possibility.
Poniatowski's 5th Corps is kind of still entering and road marching and stuff.
Yeah.
So they may our.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how's it going, Rick?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I cannot complain.
Well, I mean, you could.
Nah,
Evening, gentlemen.
it doesn't make for good television.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless I'm, on some television news show complaining about politics. But that's not what this channel is all about.
Yeah, just another
This channel is all about escaping from that, where we get to.
I just hope it resolves tomorrow. I'm tired of it all.
Same.
Yes.
Well, hold on to that hope, guys. I will too. And I agree. I agree. This is to take you away from that.
Exactly. I'm providing an important public service, taking your mind off of the complete nonsense that is the United States of America at the moment. So,
Between Normandy and Moscow, those are the best parts of my week.
is that it? Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Well, so let's talk about where the chits all fell, so to speak.
Where the chits all fell.
Yeah, we can start over in the west and work our way across, and you can tell us.
Yeah, for the French. In the west, 2 of the light cavalry, Girard and Domagé,
Okay.
passed their roles. The 13th Division and the Italian Guard Division have moves.
Okay, so you have 2 command points over there. Cool. While we're over there, Brandon, you can fill in what you got.
Osterman Tolstoy's 4th Corps and Euler's artillery group.
Okay. All right. So that's 2 for us over there. Good. All right. Moving further to the Lavrov. Okay. So that's the Guard Corps here.
Okay.
All right. And then for the French.
The Saint Alphonse Heavy Cavalry Division has a move there, and Junot's Corps has a move.
Okay. All right. So there's 4 for you there. Cool.
Yeah, the assigned moves. Yeah.
All right. Moving further along.
All right. So Nay's got 1.
Okay. So that's 5.
So that's 5.
And it looks like you've got your usual light
cavalry
rolls.
one.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Path. And anything? Okay. What's number 2 up there?
So this one is the 26th Division. And then this one is the 8th Corps.
Okay.
That gets us up to 5 moves. And then the 6th move for the Russians is Karpov's Cossacks over here at the far end of the line. And it looks like Rick's got Davout and then the 2 heavy cavalry corps.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I made 2 light command rolls for Pierre and Perrier.
Perrier. Cool. All right. And then that takes care of everybody.
Yep.
Cool.
So we had a torpid Napoleon again.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we only got 8 for standard moves.
Yeah, because I was wondering, aren't you supposed to have 9? But Napoleon was his hemorrhoids were bothering him.
Again. So right.
He needs a new doctor.
You need preparation H. So
Maybe a little chicken kid.
there you go. There you go. I'm sure he'd find much better doctors in France. He should probably head that way.
I bet he did have a chick in Kiev.
Maybe some
Very
borscht.
good chicken.
All right. Well, we get to pick from the cup here, and for those of you that just came and popped in, Matthew is with us. We haven't figured out what we'll have him play. I'll probably have him move some units around for fun, or he'll watch us. But he says he's a mercenary, so he'll go either way. So we'll see what we can do and kind of get him into the game.
I mean, we can
here.
pay him off and have him.
We could. You could have suddenly the icon of Smolensk is stolen. There's an art heist on the battlefield, and
I'm not above that.
there we go. Inspector Clouseau is called in to try to find the mysterious Pink Panther who has stolen the icon of Smolensk. So
I'm very much a beginner, so whoever entrusts me with units is going to end up helping me.
yeah, I'll probably have you move one of my divisions here, and that way you can kind of get. Have you done much with Vassal yet, or?
Oh, loads with Vassal.
Oh,
Loads and
okay.
loads.
Okay.
I've written 10 modules, and I've worked on 3 or 4 others, and so I know my Vassal pretty well, but I don't know the rules for ON 30. So I'm learning those. I'm reading those as I'm watching your videos.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we'll kind of get you started there, and then we'll just put you under the wing here of the Russians, and we'll wherever it's most dangerous and destructive, that's where we're going to put you. Trial by fire.
Yeah, just give them
Woohoo.
Moscow militia.
Yeah, Moscow militia.
Wait a minute. I think I heard of them. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
They have fought valiantly so far.
They have fought valiantly. They've killed a leader or wounded a leader. I can't remember what we did. We shot
The
up a
commander
bunch of
didn't take
people.
off the plane or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah, it's not bad.
Slowed up a whole corps coming in.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, let's draw from the cup and get this show on the road. So, David, you want to go ahead and pull something since you are the
All right.
grand man here?
All right.
That is going to be the French 11th. Is that some of your cavalry?
That's probably some cavalry somewhere.
Right.
It's mine. It should be pretty straightforward.
Okay. Let's grab another chit while we're at it.
Okay. Well, put them like that while it's still in thing. There's one. And
That's
the
another one
first
for
corps.
Rick.
And
Which one?
That's Devou's corps. Let's grab another one while we're at it.
All right, we should jump down.
And that's number 9. Yeah, I'll join you over there. I don't know who number 9 is. That's
number 9. Boy, we're getting a bunch of
Did you shake the cup?
somebody. I know. Did somebody shake the cup here or not?
yeah. Number 9 is here in the center. Okay.
Okay.
So
Ah,
Matthew, keep
so-
an eye on that. Right. I'm gonna go join Rick in where are we at? Rick, game room 1. Yeah, he's already there. Okay. All right, Rick. What have you got cooking?
I'm gonna move some cavalry.
All right. So this is who is this? That is
Pierre.
Pierre. Okay.
Let's see. Brush
Is 4.
4.
Yep.
And up the hill costs.
Going up
A
the
normal slope?
hill is +1. Going down the hill is +2. And then
then
the
if
severe
it's
ones are
severe
even
slope?
worse. Yeah, the severe ones are like +8
Awesome.
to
Okay.
go up. Yeah. So there's 5. And that's going to be 9. And that's going to be another 5. So that's going to be 14. Cool. Was that it for Pier? Did you just have those two, Rick?
Yeah. Hold on. Shouldn't you be able to shoot?
Why?
When he's here and he moves to there, can't you?
Oh yeah,
Right.
I'd have, I
Fire?
guess, opportunity fire. So I'll roll. It's got to be like a 65 or 66 to hit you. Nah,
Yeah.
miss.
Okay. Do, 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 do. So Light Cav has the 4 hexes around him?
Light cav.
Front?
For
Or
what?
is it just the 2?
For they're the same as heavies in line, right? They just have the two front
Yeah,
hexes.
they're just line?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably not pinning the other one then.
You're not pinning any of them because you don't exert a zone of influence in the brush. So I can move right past you.
Where does it say that I don't exert zone of influence of cavalry units does not extend into brush? All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
there
right
under
there,
the
first line.
brush thing, whatever it is.
But you can still, but you do exert a skirmish zone.
Yeah, so if I had any cavalry, any artillery or infantry over there, that would be a problem.
So I have to go into skirmish mode then to move them up.
You could go into skirmish mode, but then if I moved past you, at least you'd get maybe an opportunity shot. Although I don't think so, since the odds would be worse than 1 to 3.
But do I negate? I'm just trying to negate your ability to slow down my infantry.
All you need to do is be adjacent to me, and that's then going to prevent my skirmishers from exerting the skirmish zone.
Yeah, but do I do that now, or do I have to actually be in skirmish mode to do
No,
that?
no. You're just where you are right now. That's going to. So if you were to move infantry over there, I wouldn't exert the
-2,
the
-3.
-2 on it while I'm
Yeah.
adjacent to
Or
you.
+2, +3. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing that. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if that's what your intention was, yeah,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
successful.
Okay.
I think, although since you're not exerting a zone of influence, I think all that says is you have to be adjacent to me. I don't know that it has to be.
I think that's what I think so too, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I seem to think it was only all you had to do was be adjacent. Skirmish is blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Right, so it says here, skirmish zone of light cavalry in skirmish order is nullified as soon as a formed, either line or column, enemy light cavalry unit rests in one of its adjacent hexes. So yeah, all you need to do is be adjacent to me.
Okay, so not that I have any infantry coming there at you, but at least I've done it. Practice for future games. All right. I'm gonna move to first
All
score.
right, yeah. Now you're over to first score.
I'm going to move Gerard first, I think.
Where's he? Oh, he's got the tan pants. Okay,
Yep.
cool. I like how they suddenly doubled. You now have
Right.
36 increments there. I think the Earth just
I,
swallowed him up.
I
So who's moving where? Oh yeah, take your regimental markers off.
yeah, I'm gonna do that as I move.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to
Cool, cool.
speed things up by getting it ready.
Okay.
So you got everybody's talking. So this guy,
Okay. So you're moving him into that hex there. Cool. I can pull back.
and then let's see, woods.
The woods cost 3. And so you don't
Plus
have enough
2 would be
points to move
5.
further forward. It would cost, yeah, it would cost 5 to go into that hex.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking for the next guy. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that cost them 4. I presume they're going into line before they move into the hex, right?
Correct. Go on the
Cool.
line, move to the X.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next guy is gonna go 4. He will go into line and he's gonna run around.
Mm-hmm.
1 to go into line.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. That all adds up.
Let's see. All right, Gerard. What else do I got? Those other guys are out of command. That's fine. So I think that's all of Gerard's troop. Oh no, I got a gun back here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
God, it just sucks. He's still out of command. Even
Yeah.
So 5. No matter what he does, he's going to be out of command.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move. I think that's all of Gerard's stuff. I'm going to move Morand next.
Okay.
No, I'm going to move Component next.
Okay.
So he moves adjacent to your light cavalry.
Cool. We can move there. Or let's see. Where are we at? Oh, we can move there. That'll work.
No, that's not 4. That's 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 6.
Oh, Navu is feeling happy. He finally has somebody there to protect him.
He's kind of grumpy, honestly.
Understandable.
All right, that guy moves to there.
Cool. We can move there.
Oh, that's overstep.
Yeah, I think the stacking in the woods is 10.
All right, I think I'm done with him. So now jump over to Gerard.
All right. Oh, you just moved, Gerard. You mean?
I mean, not Gerard, Morand.
Okay.
Yeah, Morand. Like, what are you talking about, fool? I guess they're not moving that fast. Guys are not. Guess the next guys aren't gonna move either.
Yeah, I think that what you should be thinking about is like, well, instead of having them go in division side by side like that, you would
Just one
you'd
division.
have one division lead and you'd have another one
Yeah.
in the back as a reserve.
Yeah.
And so then that one gets shot up or whatever, and then the next one comes in fresh, and you just kind of recycle it like that.
Yeah. I think I'll end up doing Capons being that group that's gonna move forward through there. So
Yeah.
I can shoot him up. Because he's the bigger force.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
bigger division, but
And when I played this a couple years ago, that's exactly what I did with Campans. He was the sort of tip of the spear, and then I had Friant and Desai behind him. The other two divisions were on the other side of the battlefield, and so somebody else was playing those. So they never got all joined up together like this. But that's kind of the way that you would kind of cycle through it with like that.
yeah, I think I'll end up like having Moran stay where he's at, have Gerard move up, get the shit shot out him by your artillery, and have Capons follow up in the middle there.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, because Morand has got it looks like he's got larger battalions than the other guys do.
yeah, it's big.
Everybody else has got battalions that are 3, 4, or 5. His tend to be 6s from the looks of it.
Yeah, his are chunky.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they would be good for like going in after the Russians have gotten softened up somewhat from your other guys.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
Cool. All right, we're over
I'll move
to Desai or
Desai.
Friant.
Desai.
Okay.
I'll do Desai. No, I'll do Friant.
Okay.
All right, let's look at Friant. Hold on, let's look at Napoleon first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, leave him there. So disordered guys can move half move, right?
Yeah, they're half move. So they could move, they got like a movement of 3, so they can move 1 hex forward, I guess, in the woods, or basically 1 hex in the...
You're like Cav stopping me from moving 1 in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
You can move them sideways, put somebody else in.
To
Oh no,
2,
I just got
4,
disconnected.
5, 7. Oh, so did I.
Okay, well,
When's the last time you
save.
saved?
I'm going to hit the save button right now. Okay, well.
Did you guys just lose connection to the game
Yep,
server?
yep. Looks like it hit everybody.
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, I can't reconnect either.
Yeah, this happened last time. Unable to establish connection. Connection refused.
So it might be down. Well, it's fun while it lasted.
Well, at least we've saved everything where we're at.
Yeah. Here, let's jump up to the lobby then.
Yeah, let's go up there and see what's cooking.
It was refused.
Yeah, so might be down.
We crashed the server again.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Napoleon Mountain.
Is that it?
Oh
That's not it.
no.
Has anyone tried to relaunch?
Yeah.
Alright.
Close all the
Alright.
way out. Try it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I saved a copy, so whatever. So let's see. We'll go back in. I'm going to. All right, for a game. Actually, let's do a refresh of the server status. So seems to be responding to something.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
able. I
there's-
logged all the way out. Tried getting back in. Nada.
Yeah, it's saying unable to establish connection to server. Connection refused.
It's a Russian attack.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
we're
They heard that we
unable
were.
to
Russian.
establish connection to server. Connection refused. Connect.
They need to take all these troops back to go to the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the North Koreans are here to save the day, though.
There you go. There you go.
True,
That's
true.
that's the
You guys
Moscow
hear the-
militia.
I was going
Quiet.
to say disguised as the Moscow,
Militia, indeed.
Did
Well,
you hear that the
fiddlesticks.
first defectors have hit Poland already from the North Koreans?
How
Oh, really?
exciting.
Yep.
Oh. Why doesn't that surprise me?
They've got.
Go to Vassal's forums and see if they say it's down.
Ah, was anything exciting happening over there with the First Corps?
We were partway through moving. I think he'd moved 1, 2, 3 of the 5 infantry divisions. And so he was getting ready to move another one when everything fell apart. So not anything
And,
exciting.
So I
And the
tried
forum's
logging
not
in.
available. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even get on the forum.
Yeah. Your service is
They're-
temporarily unable to service your request due to maintenance, downtime, or capacity problem. Please try again later.
I tried a different module and that's down too.
Yeah, there's just
Okay.
no getting on.
All
This
right.
is unfortunate. 2 weeks in a row.
Well, at least with last week, it was at the end of
Right, it was
end
late
of
in
the
there.
turn. Yeah, it was late. This time it decided to crash early, which is no fun.
We should check and see if they do maintenance on Mondays.
Shall we wait 5 minutes and try it?
We can.
Yeah, we could.
That's a good call.
So
have
what
a-
was going on over in your part of the universe?
We had a little, the Italian guards kind of adjusted their position and unlimbered a big battery. The and then and Brennan was getting ready to move his artillery.
Oh, his
over
chit.
there.
Okay. Well, that sounds exciting.
And Juno was just starting also.
All right.
While we're waiting, can I ask questions about
Sure.
how you do how you stream live?
Yeah. So I'm with YouTube, right? Once you have, I think you have to have a certain number of subscribers. I think you need to have 50 or more subscribers in order to do a live stream. And the software that I use for the live stream is OBS.
Okay.
And let's see, I'll grab it here and bring it onto the screen.
OBS
So,
is great.
yeah.
And you can also just record it and then put it
Yeah.
somewhere too.
So with OBS, I can do a number of things with it. With live streaming, I can also just record stuff that I want to do. So sometimes when I've done some of the tutorial videos, I will use OBS for the screen capture, and then I edit it in Power Director, which is the software that I use.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. It's got some interesting features, and you can set stuff up. So when we were doing the live streams initially, one of the things that I would do is I could then come up with and put on the screen here's the recovery phase, right? And then that would show, here we are, we're in the recovery phase, and it would be, it's almost like a little transition. The melee phase, I'd have a little thing going on with some video, and what the fire phase, I think I had, some live video of reenactors shooting at stuff, right? So then that would go up on the screen, and then, and I think I got the charge phase. So when we were playing with the Premiere rules and the 5th edition rules, I did that, and then it was easier for me to find the stuff to like put a timestamp on it.
Right.
Yeah. And I think I have a channel intro. I have like a countdown to the live stream. So I had a couple of different things that are all just kind of saved here in OBS, and then you can just call them up whenever you want to. And so there's some people that do all kinds of stuff where you might have multiple cameras. So Stuka Joe, who does live streams, usually at least once or twice a month he would have a couple of different cameras, and he'd have them set up there around his game table. And then he could cut from one camera to the next, and then he could set up then the shot for the next one, then cut to another camera. At some point in time, if I wanted to do that on my game table, I'd have to move my computer down to that part of the house. But there's all kinds of neat things you can do with that software. So.
Yeah, it allows multiple inputs, so you can get the input of the Vassal screen. You can have another screen and use combine stuff and then your cameras and whatever too.
So I see the OBS studio here, and it's one of several that I was kind of looking at. They mentioned that you might need a I forget what they call it, just something to show the screen, because I want to do this off of Vassal. I don't have a game table myself. I can't see the counters. I need to blow them up, so I use Vassal.
Right.
So it was an encoder. It said you need an encoder, but I guess OBS has that because it already will let you. It'll let you live stream your.
Yeah, so basically the way I have mine set up is there is the video capture device is my camera, my webcam that's showing me my happy smiling face, because people
Right.
have to see me. That's why they really tune in. They don't tune in for the games. They tune in
Yeah,
for
that
the
is
talent.
the entire attraction right there,
Yeah,
Eric. Is
yeah.
that
Pretty much.
I read
pretty
that on
much.
influencers.com.
Yeah. And then they have the audio input capture, which is capturing my audio as well as the desktop audio. And then
Right.
they've got the display capture, which is going to basically cover whatever computer screen I want to have up. So if I have normally on my main screen, which is the one that I currently have OBS on, that's where I have the Vassal module set up, all blown up. And then I've got a second monitor where I have my YouTube studio running, and then the OBS, interface sits over on that other screen. And so I can go and I can check what's going on over there, and then do anything that I need to do. But usually once I start the broadcast, then it just runs. Occasionally I'll get like a little, warning or a little blip, like if the broadband levels drop, I'll get a warning like, broadband levels low, or, your video's choppy or something. Usually I can't do anything about it because it's the broadband. But but
All right.
it works
I
very
have
well.
a game room open.
Oh, hooray. We'll give it a shot here. See if we can carrying on. Yeah, so I mean if you're here on the West Coast, right, Matt?
Indeed I am. Yes, I'm in Oregon.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want some time, we can chat, and I can kind of walk you through it.
Thank you. That's very generous. I thought I might take a little swag out of myself and see what I get.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a tech person at all, and I was able to figure it out.
Good.
And it's a free software. I was able to download it. I think YouTube offers it to all of their creators.
Yeah, it's linked from YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
There are
So
some that are for pay and some that are free. And of course, if I'm doing this all the time, there's some monetization. I don't mind paying, but I'm on a limited budget, so free sounds really good to me.
yeah, yeah. So okay, I'm gonna go down and join the room there. Where Rick, do you want to go back to game room 1 and carry on with your move?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, looks like you're moving some Spanish around there. Those
Yeah.
wacky Spaniards.
Crazy guys. See, 2.
Yep.
And then 7.
Yep.
Wait. It's more than that? It's 4 to go in the woods, right? Or 3?
No, it's 3.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. These guys I'm gonna put back.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could move them as a big stack. I don't care. It's not like they're going to get hit by anything. They're not in
Let's
range
say
for
I'm
anything.
totally inefficient, and oh, that's brush. I can keep the other guy in there too.
Yeah.
Just keep that guy in there. Yeah, I'd rather be inefficient and then bring him back in, but
Okay. I won't complain.
You're a nice guy. That's why.
I am. That's part of my problem.
Yeah, but your wife loves you for it. Let's see, any other Freon guys? 2 out of command that had to go all the way back because of the militia. Okay, I think I'm done with Freon.
All right, now we're on to Desai.
Yeah.
These big people come chugging up the line.
Oh wait, those guys are all beat
Yeah,
up.
some of those people have got some hits on them, yeah.
We'll let them hang out in the swamp. That'll teach them.
That is their punishment.
I think these guys are the ones who fought the militia. They're like,
Yeah, they are.
suck.
They are the guys that fought the militia.
I thought you said they were easy. I think I'm fun with him. There's not, you don't really have much. Unless I'm missing a unit somewhere. I don't think so. All right, I think I moved everybody that is in command. Oh, no, I haven't moved Morant yet, right?
No, you move Moran.
No, I moved Morant. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
move the artillery piece. Let me see.
Although I don't know if those guns are even in command. I can't remember where people were. Wasn't Gerard's guys all
He was-
stacked up along here? Or was there a gap between them
No,
somehow?
there's, yeah, Moran was back 2 hexes or
Oh,
something.
okay.
But maybe he wasn't. I thought he was in
Yeah,
command.
because you can't trace
Maybe he
command
wasn't.
through that. You can't trace
Yeah.
command through that. And
Correct.
yeah. So I just don't know if those guys were in
We'll say
command or not.
they're out of command since I don't remember where I had a.
Just hit the back button. Oh, that won't work since we were disconnected.
Oh no, it will. It's just gonna piss everybody off. Let's see, Eric told me to do it.
Yeah. We could only, it would only go back as far as when we restarted this version of it. So that's where you have
That's a
it.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Which wouldn't help us.
No.
All right, I think I'm done.
And it would piss everybody off.
Which is kind of worth it, but
yeah, that's kind of that's the purpose you and I serve for our respective sides. So, all right. It looks like let's see. So we finished with that one. So then now it's number 8. Oh, and then it's number 6. That's Mitch. I don't know who number 8 is. That's somebody else. Okay, I'll go up to the lobby.
Okay.
Polish.
All right, so Mitch, and what is that? It looks like Nay is number 8.
Yep.
Okay.
We can do some. We can pull another one there. There's 3. Okay, you're back to Rick again with number 3 there.
Well, I was going to keep an eye on you since you're number 8, right? It was French 8?
You can do that.
Yeah. So how about you and I go down to
Three's
game
pretty,
1?
not a lot.
Unless you're not moving anywhere.
There's a little bit.
Okay, let's go down to game room 1 and woo, have a party.
Okay, what do I want to do here?
See, you are the French. What the French want to do is go back home. But what will they do?
All right, so the first thing, I'm going to march my batteries 1 square forward. All right. Going to my skirmishers here.
Are you turning them or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just like, or did you have they just didn't make it the right spot. Okay, cool.
There. Let's see. Let's take them out of square and put them in line here. And actually, let's put them in line there. Before
So that's what, the 10th Division? So
Yeah,
are you done moving the 10th Division?
Well, there's some guys in the back that are moving up, but so before I move this 10th, the cavalry is moving up already.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, oh, there's a unit there. I didn't realize that.
Yep, some poor little Jaegers that have been trying to make it back to home base.
And let's see.
Oh.
Just him at the end. Okay.
The poor Portuguese.
The poor Portuguese. Okay, so let's see. Very well. Any other 10s here? Let's see. There should be some there.
I think these guys are, aren't they? They're all part of that same unit, right?
I believe so. Yes, they are part of the 10th. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see where they want to go. They want to go. But for them.
All right. Who's next?
All right, so now let's see. We got some more 10s here. 10. Those are the 11th. So let's move the 10th over now. So I'm going to.
Yeah, these guys look like they're part of the 10th.
Yeah. All right, So now we got the 11th.
Oh, David, this guy's part of the 10th, too. You probably want to move him so he doesn't end up blocking your command for a bunch of people.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So a good spot for him will be. Well, or I hadn't moved him yet, right?
Nope, he hasn't moved. But that's why I
Right.
thought I should tell you. And
Well, I think he was out of command.
oh, was he? Oh.
Let, I can tell in a second here, but I have a feeling he might have been. Yes, he was out of range of, so he was.
Ah.
So I'll put. And he was in square. This. Oh, he's a light from the 10th also, but he was in command.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good there.
Yeah, so this is
Yeah,
the
you
tricky
should.
part. Like when Michael and I were playing here in the center with the French, trying to keep everything from not being a big giant traffic jam
Yep.
was the biggest challenge we had. Like, okay, what do we do? You know, kind of stuff. So Have you figured out where to put some of those guys, or are you still trying to sort it out?
I'm still trying to sort it out here a little bit. Actually, is it worth it trying to? All right, so theoretically, this guy here could try and form a rallying square when I got within 4 hexes of him.
Who could? Oh, that guy?
Your skirmisher.
Even though you're not charging?
Even though you're not charging, I believe it's only, the only requirements like moving within 4 hexes of you. We can check.
Yeah, because I'm used to it with 5th edition, where it's as a result of charge somebody does that. But let's see where it'd be under skirmishers, maybe. Or would it be under reaction or something?
Well, rogue columns, under rogue columns, it says when active enemy cavalry units in 4 hexes. Let's see where. Oh, to form rallying square when within 4. Just says within 4 hexes of active enemy cavalry.
Okay.
And that would be under 12.10. See the exception there right before 12.10.1.
12.10.
So I assume moving cavalry would be active enemy cavalry.
So what page are we on? 23?
24.
24.
Top of the 24
page.
You see it says exception.
It says exception: cavalry skirmishers may attempt to form up, and infantry skirmishers may attempt to form rallying square when within 4 hexes of active enemy cavalry. Okay. So now we got to figure out what rallying square is.
19.7.2. It does reference that, which is actually part of the whole cavalry charge procedure, right? Forming infantry and rogue column or skirmishers may attempt to form rallying square and carry. All of the restrictions for forming square apply to forming rallying square as well. I know you can form a regular square, so I would. So.
Right. So the idea is that do I roll, or is it a morale check?
That's a morale check.
Okay.
And again, that's your decision.
Right. No, I'm just trying to figure out. So, I mean, I'm not pinned in place at the moment, right?
No.
No. So when the regroup happens,
if I declared a charge right now, I could do that.
Yeah, but you've already moved your guys, right? And now you've moved on to move other people. So I guess unless you move some other cavalry from somewhere else.
I've got other cavalry that's also.
Well, then knock yourself out. You know, if you want to move over there and threaten him with somebody else, go be my guest. He'll kind of stay where he is for the moment. So you've moved, you've finished the 10th division. Have you started on the 11th division yet?
Yeah, I moved this guy.
Okay. Was there anybody else from the 11th that was moving at the moment?
There will be some more, yes.
Okay.
There.
That poor guy got dinged up.
I thought there was also, let's see. Yeah, figured I'd move him back before he gets another. You know, that artillery, you guys. It's a pain.
Well, you don't have to tell me. You've got your own battery that's been ripping holes in the Russians there, so.
There's not a separate. I'm trying to see the rallying square procedure. I thought there was modifiers for how close you when you try.
I know in 5th edition there's something where if they are, you know, 4 hexes away, it's this. If it's 3 hexes away, it's this. If it's 1 hex away, it's probably in the charts, right?
That's what I was looking.
And it's probably like a generic one, I would imagine. Cavalry skirmishers forming square. It's page 3 of 6. So at a distance of 4 hexes, it's a -3. At 3 hexes, -6. At 2 hexes, -9. Adjacent 12.
There we go. 19.
Yeah. If it passes the unit forms square, and if more than 1 hex is consolidated into a single hex, if it fails, implement the result and continue the charge. So is it only during a charge? Well, it's got to be when you get within 4. So, okay.
The unit makes a morale check using the above dice roll or any others that may apply. It passes the unit form square and is And if it is more than one hex, it tells out the center. If it fails, it puts the fail result and continue with the. It says that now this says continues with the charge. Interesting. So
Yeah,
that
well,
would
I'm
imply
sure they're
that you have to
probably
be in a
thinking that most of the
charge.
time it's being triggered by a charge, right? You're reacting to a charge, and the square chart is referring to the that other that section in the charge phase, right? Well, so are you done moving the 11th
No, I'm not.
division?
So let's see. I'm checking some guys here. Okay. Let me continue with the 11th. All right. What do we got here?
I mean, if we need to, we can ask Brennan. I'm sure he have some opinion on the subject.
Yep. Where- Oh boy. It's gonna-
So did these guys move, or did you just move them?
They move forward one hex, yes. They're part of the 11th.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm like,
They are part of the 11th. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So are you done moving the 11th?
Yep.
Okay.
Done moving the 11th.
Okay, so stop. Hang on.
You can't see me.
What's that got to do with anything?
For form and square, you have to be able to see me.
Nope. It says whenever you're within 4 hexes. Isn't that what we just read in section 12 point whatever it was? I don't need a line of sight.
I believe you do for forming
It
square.
says infantry skirmishers may attempt to form rallying square when within 4 hexes of active enemy cavalry.
Yeah, but it also any other things apply. Any other restrictions also apply for forming square.
Well, no, this is very clear. It's within 4 hexes of enemy active cavalry. It doesn't say with a line of sight required.
Units attempting to form square must have a clear line of sight to the cavalry. 19.7, third line.
Right, but
Second
we're
line.
19.7.2.
Right, and 19.7.2 also says, or under here is that under forming rallying square, all of the restrictions for forming square apply to forming rallying square as well.
Okay, so let's read about forming square. Infantry unit in line or column that are not stacked with limbered artillery may attempt to form square anytime enemy cavalry voluntarily expends movement points within 4 hexes of the unit. Units attempting to form square must have a clear line of sight to the cavalry. A unit does not have to be the target of a charge to attempt to form square. They may attempt to form square whenever enemy cavalry performs voluntary movement, including charge movement, within 4 hexes of the infantry. If a cavalry stack starts within 4 hexes of an infantry unit, they may attempt to form square as soon as the cavalry begins to move or as soon as the charge marker is placed. A stack may attempt to form square once per charge or once per movement of a cavalry unit. A grand charge is considered a single charge. Okay. Procedure. All right. Cool.
So, and I believe the line of sight still
So
not there,
I think I would have line of sight on you from there.
no, I think
Why? I mean, nothing's blocking.
this
But
is,
I'm
this,
looking. I'm
this
looking
is
down the. I'm looking down the hex side. How is looking down the hex side blocking it? It's a slope, right? So if we draw a line from the center of this hex to the center of that hex, it goes along a slope hex side. That's not going to block the hex side.
Well, now you can ask Brennan, but that's a hex side block slope. If it passes parallel to it, we do it. And the way the rule reads, if 1/2 of the square, like if this was blocking terrain, it's blocked.
But it's not blocking terrain.
But this is blocking. So why would it be here blocking but not here?
Because I'm not here, right? I'm not here. Well, I'm not here. If I'm here, then yes, that's blocking terrain.
If you're here,
yeah,
and that was blocking terrain, line of sight is blocked.
Right, but it's not blocking terrain.
Why wouldn't it? So that, and we play that blocks because of that, the way they rule.
Well, I normally, when we're looking at down the side of a slope, and you are parallel to the slope, not perpendicular to the slope.
I understand.
Yeah. So, but I don't know what somewhere here in the line of sight rules, it's going to have it. So we'll see what it says, because this is the most well-written rule set in the universe. So hopefully they'll have something.
I think Barr's written slightly better. There are some
yes, I think it is. But as far as La Bataille goes, it's pretty clear. So a line of sight stretches from the center of the firing hex to the center of the target hex. A combat unit always has a line of sight to an adjacent hex. A line of sight to a combat unit is required in order to fire, declare combat, target of charge, reactively form square, rallying square for infantry and skirmish order, road order within 4 hexes of active enemy cavalry, reactively form up if cavalry and skirmish order and if within 4 hexes. Blocking. If any of the following interferes with the path of hexes necessary for establishing a line of sight to an enemy unit, then the line of sight is not established. Any terrain listed in blocking line of sight in the rules, slope hex sides, stacks of combat units whose total stacking value is 3 or more, exception a unit which has a line of sight blocked cannot itself block line of sight. Elevations.
14.1.4 is what applies when it passes along a hex side, parallel to a hex side. So that's what I'm saying. If this was blocking terrain, and this makes it blocking terrain right there.
So if the line of sight passes precisely along a hex side with blocking terrain or units, then the line of sight is blocked, but it's not blocking terrain. So right, we're drawing a line from, I
understand. It goes parallel to the center of that.
Yeah, it goes parallel. And so it doesn't cross blocking terrain. It doesn't, if you were here, right, then yes, that slope blocks it. But where you are right now, it's...
Right. But, okay, I mean, if you want to, this is the way Brennan and I have been playing it. That blocks.
Yeah.
And you can ask Brennan, but...
Yeah, well, I'd be happy to, because it doesn't make any sense because it's right along and it's not blocking terrain. So you're correct. If this were a forest or a village or a unit, then yes, I totally get it. I totally understand. But you're saying that this hex, this slope, is blocking terrain.
I'm saying this one is. That because that's...
But that's not. But that's not. That's not the. That's not what's blocking the. But that's not along the hex spine. Right. This is not the. This is not along the hex spine. This is the hex spine.
I understand.
Yeah.
If I have a unit here, and you have a unit, I'll just put this one there.
Yeah.
This blocks. It's not along the hex side. It's parallel. There's no, a line between the two does not cross, but it says because one side is blocking, that's blocked.
Yeah, it's
to me, that is no different right there. That makes this blocking terrain. I
would totally get it if I were here, because then that hex is blocking it. But you're suggesting that this hex side with this slope is what's the blocking terrain.
I'm not saying that slope is the blocking terrain. I'm saying that it's blocked because that's blocked. And it goes parallel to this.
All right, well, let's see if there's anything in the other rules. Yeah, because I'm not... I mean, usually if it's something that's right along the edge of the thing like that, that's not an issue. So...
Let's see, is there any other... Let's move this on out to here. Him to there.
Yeah, no, there's anything in the Moscow rules that provide any clarification either. So
let's see. Let's make sure if I've got anything else that I want to. 1, 2, 3. Boy, that guy's almost dead too, isn't he?
Well, the question is, are you going to charge with the guy or not?
Yes, I'm going to charge with the guy, but
Okay.
and we can get another opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm finishing the rest of this guy, and then we'll
Okay.
get an opinion from.
Sure.
And that's 5. So he is almost. Yeah, I don't need any more. What's into the forest 3? And he's got 8. Oh, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Where do I want my officers ended up? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that would be able to do that. So that will end up here. He will end up there. Where's my 11th Division commander? That's Razut. So 11, 11. He's out of can, but that's fine because he's not any good anymore. And
Yeah, I think you're incorrect in your interpretation, Dave. It's very
I'm
clear
just telling
that,
you how
yeah.
we've been playing it.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
and I'll tell you, and that's the reason why we've been playing it that way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's part of me that I would have loved to have been able to have a line of sight along that for other things in the other games we've played. So that's all so that's the way we've been playing it, and it, it's.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I would totally agree with you if there were a unit here or if there were a building here or whatever else. But there's not anything in this hex that's like blocking the line of sight. But it's okay. We'll double check with Brennan and figure it out.
I think I'm finished with. Just double checking that I've got all my Officers. Oh, there's another guy back here. There's another 10 back there. Let's see, was he in command? I'm not sure if he was. That was. And yes, he was in command. All right, so he can. Where does he want to go? He would have been in command anyways because he's under an ADC.
Right.
All right, where's Nay? There's Nay. All right, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nay's got to be there. Don't want him to get too far out. And the ADC can leave him and go to there. All right, I think I am done with 8th Corps, and we can finish our charge.
Cool. Let's go chat with Brennan here real quick.
All right.
No, maybe. And there's no counter battery rules either.
Yeah.
Hey,
Which I
Brennan,
think-
we've got a question for you on a
Sure.
line of sight. If you have half a second to
Sure.
go take a look. So down here in the creek, David has moved some cavalry along the creek towards this skirmish unit. And so
Yep.
our question is, this unit, when does it have a line of sight on this guy? I'm saying that he would have a line of sight here because if we draw a line from the center of this hex to the center of this hex, there's no terrain that blocks it. David is saying that this hex side here is blocking it, but the rule says that if there's a unit or terrain in this hex, that would block it, but there's nothing in that hex. So that's why David was saying you guys have been playing that this hex side is blocking it.
Well, no, we just play that if it's parallel to the hex side, it's blocked.
In Regs 30, line of sight along the slope is blocked. In most of the other editions, line of sight along the slope is not blocked. In Regs 30, it is.
So I'm curious because it doesn't seem to explicitly say that. It says
And I
if
would
it passes
argue-
along a hex side with blocking terrain or units, then the line of sight is blocked. So there's not any, like if this were a forest hex or a
Yeah.
village or whatever else, or there was a unit here, I would totally say, yep, that totally makes sense. But you're saying that because there's a slope here, that
I think the rule
because
about-
we're looking like parallel to the slope, not perpendicular to the slope.
I totally get it. Like, let's look and see what Regs 30 says about slopes. Here it is. It's rule 14.1.1.
Okay.
Blocking line of sight. Any terrain listed as blocking in the exclusive rules, slope hex sides. Like in 3rd edition, as I recall, it pretty explicitly says along a slope it doesn't block, but here it calls the slope blocking terrain. So
Okay. All right. Well, that answered that question. Thanks.
it's a difference for sure.
Yeah, it's not, and it kind of goes counter to, as I said, all the other rules. Like you're looking down parallel to it as opposed to across it. So it's not. We think of
And
blocking as like it's
Why wouldn't you have line of sight from here to there?
Oh, that's a good idea too.
This is
It's equal. That's an equal distance to the hex side, so it probably it's blocked. It has to be closer to, not equal to.
Okay.
like if you were in the flesh, of course you could see it, but back out there, the midpoint is like right there where the lost cards. It's directly on the midpoint, so it's going to block.
Right, because it's got the slope on the other side. If there wasn't the slope there, then that wouldn't be blocking terrain,
And so on. Yep.
and so on.
Regs
Okay.
30 is a little more rigid with it than the other ones.
Okay, and that was 14 point something or other.
0.1.1.
Right. Okay, well, we'll go down. Well, let me just check, because Mitch brought up a good point here. When line of sight crosses a slope hexide, it may be blocked by the changing elevation if the firing combat unit and target combat unit are on different elevations. There's a potential blocking terrain or combat. Combat units always have a line of sight to an adjacent edge regardless. So I'm higher elevation. So if you're here, or here actually, right? Whoops. Yeah, that's going to go along that slope terrain. So here,
So it says if the intervening is closer to the higher elevation unit, if you're talking about,
Then it's visible. But if it's equal, then it's blocked.
right, I'm trying to find where it specifies.
14.2.1, last line.
Okay. There is potential blocking terrain or combat units. Between them, the line of sight is clear only if the intervening obstacle is closer to the higher combat unit.
And they're exactly equal.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for explaining that.
And I mean, the other way you can kind of look at this and it kind of makes sense is this is really a straight line across here. You know, it's only because of
Right.
the hexes is superimposed on it that we have this thing. And it would be, you know, I'm coming along below the brow of the hill and
Right.
stampeding up, but that's, you know, whatever. So
Yeah. Okay,
all right,
cool.
so-
Let's go back down to our part of the universe. Let them finish what they were doing.
Okay.
All right. So you move adjacent, and then I have to make a morale check to form square, because I don't think I can fight you in skirmish. I would just get routed, right?
And if you fail, you're actually going to just...
Yeah, I'm going to rout anyway, so
you're going to be...
I've got to roll well enough to do that. Here we go. Let's see what we get.
Let's see what
43 is going to be a 23, and I'm a 26. So they're going to fail.
I wanted to say thank you, and I got to take off. So I really appreciate your time. You know, how can I get hold of you if I wanted to get a little bit of a walkthrough on the software?
So you're on the Discord. I
Right.
am, I believe, Doctor Who 42 on the
Okay.
Discord channel. Yeah.
And I can leave you a message here.
Yeah, you can just message me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Be well.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. So they're going to shrink away, and they're going to then be...
They lose one increment initially.
Whoops. I don't know why your guy moved. There we go. Okay, so they lose one increment just for routing? Okay.
Yep. When you leave an EZOC route out of an EZOC, you lose an increment.
Okay, so let me find an increment lost thing there, and let's mark him as routed. Cool. Okay, what's next?
All right. So now I'm not sure. Okay. So now you've actually left before we actually have made contact. Let's see. Da, 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 da.
So do I run away then, or?
Let's see. Okay. So 19 or 19.7 probably is where the square was. Now forming square, we failed. Okay, writing over the that failed. Farmers check and control the farmer. I have this check so that it changes form. If it fails, it
Would it then be then
well
you would do
normally it
pursuit or
disorders,
something?
but the so now I think now I have cavalry may to end the charge through when certain events occur. Roll the die. Consult the cavalry charge to determine success. The successful recall ends the charge or allows the player to pick a new target and continue the charge. Cover to ride or square attempt to melee. Recall makes well the following: if after it has been declared a target, it vacates its hex by retreating before, or if its units retreat through, or no. If the defender has been declared vacates its hex by becoming PGD, either due to a failed roll to stand or as a result of melee. The recall is attempted at the beginning of the pursuit step of the charge. So now I may recall.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's
you roll one die and somewhere there.
it's one die. Yep, it's what cavalry.
Let's see. It's probably under. It's probably in one of the ones here. Cavalry recall French, 1 through 4.
All right. What page was that?
That is on page 4 of 4 of the Moscow regs rules.
The other ones.
Exactly, the other ones.
The other ones. All right. So I didn't send an officer. All right. So one die. Let's see if I recall them.
And I so they recall. So that ends the charge, and then they do their regroup back. Is that what I understand?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then do I do my movement, or they stay where they're at?
You route back 1.5 movements.
Okay, so that's going to be 8. That's going to be 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if he passes through skirmishers, is that a problem? Or can he pass through? If he passes through skirmishers, does he have to make the skirmishers have to make a morale check?
I think they may. There's a table for that. I think it's in the other tables.
This is probably for stacking violations of some sort, right?
Good order and PGD. Morale. Okay, so this is page 4 of the 6.
Yep.
Morale check with -12 to dice roll.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and roll for him. Oh, he's going to disorder. Oh, well.
Okay. So.
All right. Okay. And then your guy's marked as tired because he didn't actually do melee. Okay?
Right.
Cool.
And he is going to be tired. All right.
All right, learned something new.
Little fun there. Okay. All right.
So sorry about being so testy, but
no, I know.
I'm just like all the other rules are like you can see down the edge of it like that, but okay.
No, but and I made the same arguments as you did with Brennan when the first time I played it. So all right. Okay, we can go back up to the other. I think we're.
Oh, yeah,
we're
yeah. See
done.
what the other guys are doing. Thank
Yep.
you, David.
Yeah.
No, I think EFS is a better solution, and it's it's a one-sided ass kicking on
There's
the
that.
Eastern Front. So who wants to do that? And I guess you get to the metal stuff. I guess it could be interesting, but
Yeah.
All
maybe
right, where are we at, gentlemen?
Brendan is moving 4, but I'm not sure if he's done or not.
Almost finished.
Did number 15 get moved?
It did
Not
not.
that I'm
Do
aware
we
of.
know who number 15 is?
That's me. That's also down here. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's Godot's heavy cavalry. Okay.
Yep, that's Guyot's heavy cavalry there. So,
Did they go anywhere? Or it's just a move for the sake of having a move?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, they're done.
All right. So now number 4 is going. Do we want to try to pull any more, or are we getting close to the end of the session?
Maybe we could try one or two more. See how it kind of goes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and grab one. That is number 5 for the Russians. That's my Cossacks out on the far end of the universe.
The Cossacks.
The Cossacks. All right, Rick, I'll see you down in game room 1.
I'm gonna grab one.
Do 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 do. All right, so we've got some little Cossack people to move. Oh, you moved all those guys too, didn't you? That's exciting. I didn't see those guys move. Did you pull a chit for them?
Yeah, they were pulled.
Ah, okay.
You were over there.
All
They
right.
just moved up.
Well, that is terribly exciting. Let's see here. I've got these guys. That's going to be 5 and 9. And then 10, 11, 12. Where do we want to park them? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so this guy will move here. And where else can we go? That's 7, that's 14. So 5, 9.
Is he in command?
10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. Karpov's here. He's got a command range of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So,
All right.
1, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16 gets him there. Or that's going to be 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. Yep, this guy can make it over here then. All right. 1, 2, 3. So we'll have this guy go into skirmish order here. So that's going to be 3, and then 7, and I think he can go maybe one more hex. We'll put him right here. Okay, good. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then we can have this guy come over here like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Cool. I think that should take care of them. Then this guy will be out of command. Okay. All right. That is it for our wild and wacky Cossacks.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, and what other chit came up? That's the regroup chit. While we're here, why don't you do your regroup? I know you got a bunch of cannons and stuff that are piled up.
Yes. I don't move the out of command leaders, right? Those are in the
No,
leader
the leaders
phase.
are going to move during the leader phase, and the out of command troops are going to move during the out of command phase. So,
Yeah, but the troops aren't out of command because they're within the leader range. But the leader's out of command of the.
oh, of their superior leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So they
the troops
actually
aren't
out
going
of.
to move anywhere, right?
Right.
Because they're still within the command range of their leader. So then during the leader phase, you'll move your leader, and then the subsequent turns, then your troops will regroup towards your guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's not out of command. His leader's right there.
Yeah. I think he was out of command in the previous turn, but he's in command now. Did you already pull that shit for those guys, or?
Not yet, no.
Oh, so you just had one chit over there? For who? Nasute?
Yeah,
or?
this guy was. Oh yeah, yeah. Non-Cite's left.
Oh, okay. Did Latour Malberg already go?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That was
that's what these guys were.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was working with David, I think, when that happened. So,
We'll wait to move those guys. How many of these other guys first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's Boye? One, two, three, four. Then this guy will move to there.
Oh, those poor guys slogging through the forest.
They might get there by the end of the game.
They will play the critical role.
So what's going on?
We're doing regroup. Isn't that
Okay. Um, Rick,
Yes.
this one here, he
Yeah.
was in command when he was there.
that's not who was there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is. We weren't sure. I couldn't remember because Morand.
Yeah, Morand was right here. I've got the original setup up. He was in command. I actually had taken out of command label off.
Okay, so
When-
where was Morand?
Morand was, tell you exactly, Morand was this hex right here.
And is there anybody from a different division between him and those guns?
Not going this way.
So none of Gerard's guys are here?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because you
Gerard.
can't trace command through another division to your
Right.
guy.
No, there.
Yeah, so that's why we thought he was out of command, because Gerard had people.
Do what you need to do with him, then.
I mean, I can load the save up from the previous, but it's fine. I'll just move him to that.
I've got it.
Yeah,
Right
that's
here.
what David was looking at, because David's got the thing from before we started moving. So that's how he knows, or that's why he thought they were in command.
Right. And these are for you to move over here. Rick,
Yes.
I would not move them up there and remain unlimbered or remain limbered.
Why?
They're very vulnerable, and you've got some big guns in range of you right there that'll chew those up.
What's the range of the guns? 12?
Yeah.
He's got some 12s up here that will just.
Well, and you can't unlimber during the regroup. You can limber, but you can't unlimber.
Right, but I don't want him to move up there and you get a shot at him while he's still limbered, because they're very vulnerable while limbered.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but it only
what's
goes to
Rick
there is
saying
12
is,
Right.
hexes.
yeah.
So, right. So, I mean,
So as long as you stay back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This here is 12 hexes. So as
and
long as you
that's
stay back
12, and
one,
he's got a moo actually, so he could actually possibly move forward one hex. So you might want to leave yourself a hex buffer before that, or something
hide him
like
behind the cavalry.
that.
Let the cavalry get blown up.
You got another one coming over there, so.
Uh, Okay.
All right, I've still
I
got
think I'm done.
a little Moscow militia guy to move back here. So 2, 4, 6. He's getting closer to being back in
Alright.
command. Anybody else? Everybody else is going to just hang where they're at.
Oh, I haven't moved these guys. Hold on. I got these guys to move.
Guys that are south? Okay. Where's their commander? Oh, over there. Okay. Oh, when did these guys move? They have a command chit, or were they within range of Devu?
They're part of Devu.
Oh, I don't remember you moving them. Maybe it was after the system crashed.
Yeah, it was after I realized I missed them.
So where were they at?
Like right here. This area.
Okay. Okay. Was one of them already in the swamp?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, because otherwise it's like it cost you 7 to move through each swamp hex. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
I think you can go there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm just removing my auto commands now.
All right.
So this guy's out of command.
The one who's with Gerard? Yeah, because he's cut off by the cavalry and then that gun.
Okay, I think I've updated everything. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Heading back up.
Yep, same here. All right, did we regroup everywhere we needed to be regrouped?
I think I got my troops regrouped. I think Brendan is still working on his.
Pretty much done.
I got my guys. Rick, did you wrap up yours?
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
I think I got most of mine.
Well, I'm glad the server came back up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was very fortuitous.
Like it was a good idea to hang for an extra few minutes to see if they fixed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool, cool. Well, we can hit the save button. Okay. All right. Well, we will then carry on with the adventure to next week. Hopefully, Mr. Bond will return. And
Yeah, and the following week I won't be here.
okay.
So 2 weeks. The 15th,
Well,
I think.
yeah, we've got Thanksgiving coming up and the holidays, so I'm sure we'll miss a few weeks, or we'll have a few people out of commission.
Let's see, what